Hi, everyone. I'm Solowon Diana, and I want to introduce you to my book, The Three Pillars That Make Nations Develop. This book will inform you about conventional development theories. It will challenge these propositions and introduce you, yes, you that is watching me, to a new concept known as the non-material perspective of international development. And these are the development theories that nations use to develop themselves. Now, this concept of non-material seem to be missing in global development assessment and evaluation. I have spent a substantial part of my life studying, practicing, and helping many countries in international development. I've also worked in public policy realms and also in international relations. Now, my specialty is in poverty reduction, focusing on helping different countries and different sectors of the economy figure out how their social sector can be improved. And I'm talking about how you can support women, how you can support elderly people, and so on and so forth. Now, my motivation for this book is the persistent economic underdevelopment and the social crisis faced right now by African countries, and especially Nigeria, the giant of Africa. Nigeria has been seeking a path to transform its economic conditions. And for over a century, this has been a mystery. It feels like a mystery. Unfortunately, Nigeria has a rich population. It has very rich natural resources, but yet this country has stagnated and reached a place where I call a point of impulse. Impulse is a situation where progress is no longer possible. So this puzzle has motivated me to consider the dilemma and to provide what I call a new framework to support policymakers, bureaucrats, institutions, investors, and of course, politicians, and anyone that is interested in the progress of Africa. I believe this new perspective will help Africa and, of course, Nigeria to come out of the woods. So, the major questions which I addressed is why do nations, other nations like America, Europe, Japan, why do they thrive? And then Africa is trapped in circle of poverty and underdevelopment. Now, the three pillars that make nations develop, Nigeria in focus offers a groundbreaking perspective that challenges conventional theories, challenges conventional practices, and gives a bold spiritual rooted framework for national transformation. I want you to hold in your brain spiritual framework because the book is all about spiritual framework and it's not what you think. Now, in this book, I introduce a powerful new concept, which I just mentioned, spiritual infrastructure, as a set of three material pillars. And these are a nation's constitution, its border, and a functional postcode system. With Nigeria as a case study, the book reveals how these spiritual foundations are the missing links in Africa's ongoing struggle to achieve sustainable development. Now, combining policy analysis, historic insight, and fresh theoretical models, this book dives deep into 5 very interesting areas. The first area is why material infrastructure like hospitals, good roads, education, technology, and all that you know, why have they not support Africa's development? 2, how spiritual well-being influences national economic growth. 3, the real reasons why Nigeria and many African countries continue to lag behind in development in spite of whatever they do, they just lag behind. Why is that? 4, why faith, freedom, and inclusion must be central. to public policy, because these things are always practiced elsewhere, not in public policy. A unique approach, which I added as my fifth point, is what I call the Pareto principle, the 80-20 principle. I brought it into international development. Now, this book is written for experts, development practitioners, written for anyone who is passionate for the prosperity and the growth of Africa. Anyone who is seeking Africa to be transformed, this book was written for you, particularly politicians. It's important to read this book. Now, it is time for a paradigm shift in how nations charter development course. This is just not a theory that I've put together. It is a call to action. It is a call to action for policymakers, like I said, for bureaucrats, for anyone who is really interested, for, in fact, business people, investors, is a call to action. If you like what you are hearing, if you like what you think, if you like what I am doing here, please subscribe to my X channel. X channel is formerly called Twitter. I am also on Instagram. Subscribe and then click like on this very YouTube to show me how your interest is in this whole concept of supporting the continent of Africa and, of course, Nigeria. Thank you. I hope to be seeing you very soon. Okay, bye.